Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be learning about finding the values of trig functions. This is a fairly simple concept. I would recommend having a calculator nearby so that you can participate along with me in the video. So the first concept that we are going to learn is how to find each function value to 4 significant digits. Let's go ahead and look at this first problem. The first problem says tangent of 15.2 degrees. So the first thing we need to do is find the tangent button on our calculator. If you are on a graphing calculator, make sure that the settings are on degree, not radian. The way to do this is press mode on your calculator, go down a few rows, and then make sure that the word degree is highlighted in black. After we press tangent, we are going to type in our number, which is 15.2. The answer comes out to a very long number, which we will round to 4 significant digits. So our answer is going to be 0.2717. Our second problem says the sine of 65.2 degrees. We are going to follow the same steps for our next problem. So we're going to press the sine button on our calculator and then type in our number, which is 65.2. The answer our calculator gives us is very long. We are going to simplify it to 4 significant digits and write our answer down. Our answer should be 0.9078. For this next problem, we need to transform the 10 minutes from minutes form to degrees form. In order to do this, we need to divide 10 by 60. We're doing this because there are 60 minutes in an hour. 10 divided by 60 equals 17. So now we have the number 31.17. Now we are going to go to our calculator and type in cosine of 31.17. Our simplified answer is going to be 0.8557. For our last problem in this section, we can see that secant is the reciprocal of cosine. If you remember, we can also write the reciprocal of secant as 1 over the cosine of 111.3. So now all we need to do is type this into our calculator. Our simplified answer to 4 significant digits is 2.753. The next concept that we are going to learn is how to find the measure of the acute angle that is given to us to the nearest tenth of a degree. Let's look at the problems that are on the screen. Now let's go and take a closer look at our calculator. Above the buttons that have sine, cosine, and tangent, you can see smaller words that say the same thing but have a -1 next to them. These are the buttons that we are going to use on our calculator to get the degree of an angle. Please keep in mind that these are not the reciprocal functions as many people believe they are. If you want to get reciprocal functions, you need to use a fraction, not these functions on the calculator. So in order to solve the first problem, we need to press the second key on our calculator and then press sine. This will select sine to the -1, which we want. So we are going to type in sine to the -1 of 0.3400. The answer comes out to a very long number. However, since the problem only asks for the answer to the nearest tenth of the degree, we are going to simplify this to 19.9. So the sine of an unknown angle that equals 0.3400 has a measurement of 19.9 degrees. For this next problem, we can see that cotangent is the reciprocal for tangent. So if the cotangent of an angle equals 1.700, the tangent is going to equal 1 over 1.700. So our tangent equals 0.5882. Now we are going to type in tangent to the -1 and then type in 0.5882. Our simplified answer equals 30.5 degrees. Now we are going to learn how to find the measure of an acute angle to the nearest minute instead of using the tenth of a degree. Let's look at our problems. So the first thing we need to do is the same as what we did earlier. We are going to press cosine to the -1 on our calculator and then type in 0.8621. The answer comes out to a very long number, which I will write on the screen. 30.4468 052. We are now going to take the numbers after the decimal point, which are 0.4468052, and multiply them all by 60. We are doing this because there are 60 minutes in an hour. This comes out to 26.808312. If we simplify this, this will go to 27. So our answer is going to be 30 degrees and 27 minutes. Go ahead and try the next problem by yourself. Then we will see and check our answers. So to start off this problem, we need to find an angle measure. If I type in tangent to the -1 in my calculator to 0.1482, I get a very long number, which is 8.429876.087. I'm now going to take all of my numbers, which are after the decimal point, and multiply them by 60, so we can transform it into minutes form. The rounded product equals 26. So my final answer is going to be 8 degrees, which I got from the number before the decimal point, and 26 minutes. The final thing we are going to learn today is how to find the measure of two different angles that are on our graph based on what the given function value is. The directions also say to give each answer to the nearest tenth of a degree. Let's look at our problems. So the first thing we need to do is find the measurement of the angle. So we are going to type in sine to the -1 of 0.4875 into our calculator. The simplified answer equals 29.2. Now let's look at this chart, which shows which quadrants make the functions either positive or negative. So for sine, it is positive in quadrants 1 and 2. The reason why we are looking at the positive quadrant is because the number given to us in the problem is positive. So we know that our first angle is in the first quadrant. The reference angle for the second quadrant is 180. So we are going to do 180 minus 29.2. Our answer is 150.8. So our two answers are 29.2 and 150.8. These are the only two measurements that fit the criteria where sine is negative and equals that number. For our next problem, we're going to do the same thing. So first we're going to type in cosine to the -1 of 0.2524 into our calculator. Our simplified answer equals 74.4. By looking at our chart, we can see that cosine is positive in quadrants 1 and 4. So the reference angle for quadrant 4 is 360. We are going to do 360 minus 74.4. 360 minus 74.4 equals 284.6. So our two possible answers where cosine is positive is 74.4 and 284.6. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned a lot. I'll see you in the next video.